Welcome to Valerie's Real Talk podcast. My name is Valerie Smith and I'm your host. Today is episode 53 and I am excited to say to you that I have reached the 1 year mark for my podcast. I am so excited. Now I know that I had said that I was going to have guest speakers for my podcast, and I'm going to tell you that the reason why I did a whole year of solo, because I wanted to be accountable. I wanted to show up for you every Wednesday with a topic that can bring impact to your life. I'm excited to tell you that today's topic is going to be on celebrate you. Celebrate yourself. Because many a times we're celebrating others, but when did you have a time to celebrate you, your milestones, the things that you contribute to humanity and to yourself? Because sometimes people will say, oh, you full of yourself, oh, you're this and you're that, but you are not. You are a confident being. You are a person who work hard, who really put it out there that you're passionate about what you do. What is it that you do so well that everybody loves? Me, I love to talk. I love to lead. I love events. I just love people. When people grow, it just makes me like a proud mama. Everybody used to call me a hen. And I probably am, because it's like this. If we don't celebrate our wins, celebrate our lives, life has to have meaning. It shouldn't be, oh, I wonder what people think. You should not worry about what others think about you. The question is, what do you think about yourself? Your belief, and everything that you do every time you wake up in the morning. It's a gift from God that you're breathing today and that you can bring impact to the world through your voice, through your talent, through your gifts, and then celebrate it with the people that love you. There are people around the world who listens to Valerie's Real Talk podcast. And I don't know who you are, but someone is being impacted every week on a Wednesday by the message that I bring. I don't know who they are, and I don't know what they do for a living, but they cannot wait to do that homework, because every time an episode goes out, it's homework. And for me to reach episode 53, to know that this Friday, September 27th, 2024, is my 1 year anniversary for my podcast, I'm just going to say I'm proud to say that I kept going. I kept going. I didn't start and then stop. Many people say, and they even told me that they are happy that I went past the 6th episode, because when some people have their podcasts, when they get to episode 7, it's crickets. You don't hear from them no more. Somehow they lost their fire by the 7th episode. But I'm here to say I'm here for the long haul, because I know what it means to create action. And I wanted to be accountable for those 53 episodes. I know that years ago I was a procrastinator. I start and I stop. I start and I will stop. And sometimes I didn't start, because I said, oh, this is going out, and it didn't. And I'm talking about this podcast. It took 3 years for this podcast to come out because I was putting other people before me. And then I had a mindset thing. If I called it Valerie's Real Talk, who would come and hear me because one person said that? And if you're that person who's worrying about what others think, or what would people think if I named it this, don't worry about those individuals. Don't worry about the naysayers, the people who say, don't name it this. Go with your guts. Celebrate your wins, that you stepped out, you created action, and you put your talents and your gifts, your strengths out there for the world to hear. You have a legacy. We all have legacies. And one day you're going to be celebrated when you're gone from this earth. So you have to ask yourself, what is your legacy? What are you willing to do right now? What are you willing to create right now to leave on this earth for humanity? We have so many great scholars, speakers, dancers, athletic people, musicians. You just name it. Just look at Mozart and Beethoven and Haydn and all these great people, artists. Just think of it. They left a legacy. Now the question I ask you, what do you want to be celebrated for? What do you want to be celebrated for? Because before anyone can celebrate you, you must celebrate yourself. And be proud about who you are. Be proud of the gifts that you have. Be proud that you can create action and share it with the world. Now, it's the 53rd episode. This is the 1-year anniversary for Valerie's Real Talk podcast. And this Friday marks 1 year. And I'm going to put in the actual notes, it's going to be a Zoom registration link. If you are available at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, I want you to join me to celebrate my 1-year anniversary for Valerie's Real Talk. And it's going to be open to my listeners. Anyone that listens to this podcast, I want you to join me. I want to speak to you about my journey. I want to speak to you what it took for me to put this podcast out. Not only that, how this podcast was birthed through the Toastmasters Pathways Program, because in level 4 it says create a podcast. And that is a great level in my path. And I'm telling you, there's some great things that you can do in Toastmasters and it can birth it out. And then when I had a class at Stanford, your next life journey, let me just tell you, you're going to learn a lot on Friday if you register on Zoom. And you'll get your Zoom details. However, it starts at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I want to see you. I want to know who my listeners are. If you have questions, those are the things I love to hear. Is what impact did you get from Valerie's Real Talk through this whole year that every episode came out on a Wednesday? I want to meet you. I want to talk with you. The link is going to be in the actual description. And I want to see your faces and have that conversation and celebrate together. And I just can't wait to meet you. But however, your homework assignment today, what do you want to be celebrated for? What are you creating right now for humanity? If you were to leave today off this earth, we don't know what tomorrow may bring, but we must live in the present moment. What do you want to be celebrated for? Because you deserve to celebrate you. Because you have greatness inside of you. You have great gifts. And I don't want you to leave this world not celebrated. And today is the day that you celebrate you. Yes, celebrate you because you are worth it. Because while you put the time to create, you took the time to build your skills and that gift, whatever that is, that everybody knows you for. Build it. Leave a legacy and celebrate you. My name is Valerie Smith, and I look forward to seeing you on Friday to celebrate my 1-year anniversary. Fill out that Zoom registration link, and I look forward to seeing you at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. And also, I like to say, I look forward to seeing you next week for episode 54.